episode of the Wrestling Wives. We're back.
Yes. I think
we're healthy-ish.
I thought it was so funny that in our last episode, so 2 weeks ago, we're like, we're not going anywhere. Like, we're here. And then I just about died last week with my illness.
Poor thing.
I know. It was so bad, but I feel like it's been going around. And I think we talked about it earlier. I think I had the flu. I was never strong enough to like leave my house to like go get tested or anything, but pretty sure it was a flu. And it was terrible.
Yeah.
But I'm still a little congested, but I'm not contagious and I'm feeling good and all that.
I'm just happy you're better.
Thank you.
I didn't see you for a really long time.
I know. All of last week was like a blur. Like we had the IKWF, the novice and senior.
Yep.
That weekend. And then I started feeling sick at the tournament.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even have a chance to like we didn't post any of the pictures. Like we didn't do, because I literally, it was, yeah.
She died.
Yes, I felt.
And came back to life.
Like, it's blurry. I don't remember. I couldn't get out of bed. Like, yeah. And then Friday we left to the other IKWF, the Bantam and Intermediate State. Yeah. So, yeah.
Which I stayed back. So she'll talk more about it. I don't have a ton of insight or anything with that. So Senny is definitely going to be taking over. I stayed back with the dog.
Yeah.
Got some rest. We have a big week coming up. So
yeah.
You're healthy. I'm rested. And we're ready for the NCAAs.
We are so excited. But so last week, right? So like, you didn't do anything wrestling after the IKWF state.
No, I haven't done anything wrestling for like a week.
And then Nelson's been home, right? 'Cause there's been
Nelson's been home.
Yeah.
And we're just doing a lot of baby stuff right now.
Yeah, it's good.
It is good. We have
the baby stuff.
I didn't want to get like the nursery ready because I'm like, we don't need it, whatever. And now I'm like full, like I want the nursery ready. I'm excited. We're cleaning.
It's the nesting mode.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like I cleaned my house, like started at 9 a.m. Did not get done until 1:30 yesterday. Like I was a psycho.
That's good.
But my house is really clean, so I'm really happy.
Well, that's very exciting to hear because my house is not very clean.
You should have told me. I could have come over and just cleaned.
I mean, I would have. Is there people who come to your house and like fold clothes? Because that is what I need.
Probably.
That is the service.
You should just drop it off, and when I'm watching my shows, I'll just fold the clothes.
That
I
is
love
like
folding
something
clothes.
that I need because I was sick, and then Elias was sick, so we've been washing, and then like ringworm and like blah blah blah. We've been washing our sheets literally like every week, every other day sometimes, like depending on if somebody gets sick, like blah blah blah. And I know I've been talking about laundry like all season long, but March, because we hosted sectionals, right? And then it was IKWF, novice and senior state, and then this past weekend was Bantam and Intermediate State, and then it's NCAA, and then we come back and then we're going to the Cheesehead Duel. So I don't want to say literally, but like literally have had like zero chance to like catch up with anything. So the thing that goes always for me is laundry. Like I'd rather have the kitchen clean than like fold the clothes. It was just you know what I mean?
Yep.
And so send me all your recommendations of the laundry folders, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I'll fold some laundry. Drop it off. I love folding laundry. It does not bother me.
It doesn't bother me.
I'm like a weirdo. I love folding it while watching my TV show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why.
I mean, I got lots of
I mean, Nelson does that thing where like he hoards all of his laundry, and then I'm doing like 17 loads, and I'm like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
That's how I feel. But I've been trying to like, this morning I've been like, or the whole day today I was like washing and drying, and then folding because I need clothes to wear to the NCAA. Like I need to pack.
That's also why I completely packed because I'm a weirdo.
I know. I got here, guys, and Mara on her like wonderful long kitchen table she has over there, she's like got her packing cubes and her like thing all packed, and I was like, Mara, don't tell me that you packed. She's like, yeah,
I know, but I was home all weekend.
No, I know, I get it.
You're fine.
But I'm like, oh my gosh, I still have to do laundry.
I have just like such a busy like week in a sense that like I just try to get as much as I can get done on the weekends because I don't want to do hardly anything when I get home from work.
I hear you.
Luckily though, like we're recording on a Monday.
Yeah.
Like the light outside is like making me feel more like I can stay up later and I'm not as tired. Like I'm still tired, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a different tired. Yeah. Like with last week when you weren't at the board meeting, but I stayed up till like 9:30.
Oh yeah.
And I was fine. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's the light.
It is. It's like a weird
energizing
thing.
Yeah. Well, that is exciting because we were flying out to Kansas City and we got the most economic flight, but it leaves at 9:40 from Midway. And we arrive in Kansas City and it's like 11 something. And I was scared to book it when we were booking it because Mara goes to sleep early.
I really do.
And I was like, can she make it? Like,
I think we'll be fine because we're not going to be rushed Thursday morning.
Yeah. No.
It's okay.
Yeah. It'll be great.
Yeah.
But yeah.
As long as I get 8 hours, we're all good, folks.
So funny. But yeah, so we'll be together. I don't think we've never slept in the same, well, we slept in the same house, but we're going to be in the same room.
We're having a sleepover, guys.
We're really excited. And I've never, like we've talked about this before, but I've never been to the NCAA. Nope. I don't think I've only ever been to like a duel. Like I've been to an Illinois duel. Oh. I went to a Northwestern duel a few years ago. But I've never been to like a college like tournament. So
I've never been to a Division 1. Oh, because clearly Nelson wrestled Division 3. So like I've been to many tournaments and his duels, but I've never been to Division 1.
Yeah.
Like wrestling duel or tournament. So I'm excited. It's just going to be so intense.
Yeah. And we're going to be in the Illinois section. We talked about that already. And I'm wearing my Illinois stuff because if you guys didn't know, the basketball team won the Big Ten tournament yesterday. And then March Madness for that also starts this week. So it's just like a crazy week.
That's the first time I've ever not cheered for the Badgers.
Oh, yes. Because we played Wisconsin and we beat them.
That was weird. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Because my grandma was a big Badger fan. My mom was a big Badger fan.
The kids were like, is Mara rooting for Wisconsin? I was like, actually, she just texted me and said she's rooting for Illinois. It was a big day.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I feel like we've totally sorry, that's my dog in the background. We've totally converted. So.
Yes.
But we're excited. I have all my Illinois gear packed for this week.
I'm so. I have all of that ready. I just the other things I need to get ready, but yeah.
And like I totally tried on all my outfits.
Oh, that's good.
Because I was like, I need to be comfortable.
I don't think I'll have time to do that, but hopefully I'll look okay.
Well, I mean, mine's just because I'm like, oh, God, I really got to plan this, organize these clothes a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm always worried about the shoe situation. Like, I feel like I always need to bring a lot of shoes.
I'm just going to bring my
different outfits. So, like,
I'm just going to bring my New Balance tennis shoes because they're wide and my feet are like pregnancy feet.
So but you got your nails done. I
did, guys.
You got your nails. I got some like the press-ons that I like to put on, and they last me a few days. So I'm gonna do those.
I never get my nails done, and it was kind of fun. I just like treat myself, and I got like they rub my feet. I'm like, oh my gosh, this feels so nice.
That's good. I'm so happy you got that because I think last time we got it together, right?
Yeah,
in the summer.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
We'll go again in a month.
Yeah. Oh, I'm
if
excited.
we go to Vegas.
Oh yes,
that's for another podcast.
It's for wrestling though.
Yeah,
so
it is for wrestling.
It's not Vegas woohoo. It's Vegas.
This is business.
Some wrestling.
We'll just see. Yeah, we don't know yet, but that's for another episode.
Yeah,
but let's talk about. Well, I won't be able to talk about as much. I could talk a little bit about like stay at the BMO.
BMO, yeah.
I was not in Decatur this last week. So.
Excuse me. Yeah, so at the BMO, the Novice and Senior State, we were there, both of us, and somebody from our club got not somebody, we'll say his name, Benjamin Morris, got 6th, right?
7th.
Yeah. Dang it! How did I not know this?
7th. He won his last match, so he got 7th.
Oh, because he was in the place match. 7th place, Benjamin Morris. Sorry,
we're so proud of you.
Yeah, and that was so excited. And then Teddy Millard also had qualified, and he wrestled. And it was fun to watch them. And it's the last year at the BMO Center.
Yeah, it was a little bittersweet. I think in the sense of like I was talking about it with Nelson. Like he wrestled there, his brother wrestled there. It's been in Rockford for the past 21 years,
20-something years.
Yeah, so it's just like it was just like bittersweet. I think. I don't know, like not in a negative way, just more of like like wow, it's really moving out of Rockford.
Yeah, it was the last year there, and they did a whole bunch of new things. Like the schedule was a little bit different.
Yeah,
they added the girls, which was big
awesome.
positive.
Yep.
But that I don't want to say messed up. That also shifted lots of different things. They couldn't have the stage.
Yep.
Or they didn't have the stage for multiple reasons, and
because it was normally just 2 mats, and then 4.
Yeah, and so. That was like an adjustment. And then I think the biggest like qualm that everyone had, or the biggest issue that everyone had, which I don't disagree with, but trying to be like
positive,
neutral over here, is that they so all the matches were wrestled and then they handed out the awards. Mm-hmm. So no matter when your wrestler finished, like if you wanted to see them on the podium or get their medal, you had to wait till the end, which I stayed to the end, and we were there till I didn't say till the end. I said till like the middle of the end. when our wrestler got it. But I know Callie Poeta was there. Her son was towards the end of like the lineup, and they were there till like 7 and
it started at 3
p.m. So it was just like a longer, and it was on a Saturday.
It was on a Saturday.
It was luckily on a Saturday, but a lot of parents hadn't rented the room again for the following night, because they were just
so it was late.
They're gonna go home. So I know a lot of parents like ended up staying another night, and it's fine. But it was just like an adjustment, because IKWF had not done that before.
Yeah, and I think in a neutral sense or a not bashing, they did the best they could. Yeah, we need to, be grateful. They still had the state tournament, right?
Yeah.
There were a lot of positives that came out of it.
Yes.
And I think it was the last year. Next year, hopefully it will run a little smoother. It'll be at a bigger place.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Yeah, it'll be at a bigger place. I talked to a few people this past weekend about the Civic Center in Peoria.
Okay.
Where they're going to host it, and it should be able to fit the amount of spectators expected.
Good.
But at the same time, like, you never know. Like,
no, you don't.
You can't guess unless you like only assign a certain amount of people per wrestler. Like your wrestler only gets like a graduation. Your wrestler only gets 4 tickets or whatever. Yeah. There's no real way to know, which is like, I guess. Well, the issue was this past weekend.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But otherwise, Rockford, it was great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rockford, for the years.
Yeah. And the weather was nice. It was nice. It was raining, but it wasn't snowing.
And that was nice.
Snowed in the past.
Because the year before we left the finals, and it was like a really bad snowstorm. And I was driving, and I was terrified.
Yeah, it was really bad. I remember.
Yeah, because remember I texted you guys like, did you guys make it back safe? Yeah. I was like freaking out.
Yeah.
So it was good weather. Thank you, Rockford.
And like, just talk about the wrestling at the IKWF stuff for the state for the novice and the seniors. Like, there was so much like high level.
Yes.
I feel like wrestling in the finals specifically. Mm-hmm. Well, obviously because it's the best. But I was like, oh my gosh, like, wow, like that was awesome.
Yeah. So, I really also like the girls edition was really awesome. Yeah. It really was. Like I'm being honest. Like it was awesome.
Yeah.
And I knew we knew some of the girls, like they were from like clubs around us. That was kind of exciting too. It wasn't just like people we didn't know or how we always say that,
Yeah.
But I guess on to Bantam and Intermediate. I can't speak to it, so I will let Yesenia go over that.
Again, trying to be neutral. I think the IKWF.
Okay, hold up.
What?
First,
what?
Her son got first place.
Oh,
let's woo!
Yeah,
Nehemiah.
So my son Nehemiah Andronic got first place at Bantam 70 pounds. So we were super proud of him and super excited for him. And I think like the biggest thing that I can say as like a mom and as a person who's like never wrestled, I think the biggest accomplishment or like what I tell him all the time, what I've been telling him like since yesterday is I'm just really proud that he had the goal because he really had the goal. Yeah. Like a week ago, he's like, 2 weeks. Well, no, once regional started. So like a month ago now, he's like, I want to win state. And that's great. Like, that's a great goal. That could be the goal, or the goal could be to qualify or win a match at state, like whatever. But he had the goal of winning state. And then me as a more like the anxious parent compared to my husband or like, more type A, I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's the biggest goal.
Yeah, that's the biggest
goal,
yeah.
I'm over here like trying to prepare for like the fallout. Like if he does it, if he loses a match, like, you never know. Of like, course. I know my kid is talented and he puts in a lot of work, but like, he's also a kid.
You want to make attainable goals.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. And so I just, trying to support him and like, hey, like you have this goal, like maybe you should practice, like, whatever. And then, so the biggest thing is that I was like, I'm so proud of you, buddy, because not only did you wrestle hard and you won these matches, but you had this specific goal and he got it. Like, that was awesome. Like, I think that's like one of the biggest things that I try to be an example of with my kids. Like, if I have a goal, like if I'm going to run a marathon, like for them to see me not only attain it, but like the work that goes into it and then reach it and then attain it, like that from A to B.
100%.
And so the fact that he chose the goal and he got it, like, was just awesome to see all around. And his confidence is up and all that fun stuff. So, excuse me. So that was cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. And then we also had another wrestler, Wells Millard, which is Emily, who's been a guest.
Yeah, woo.
So both of her boys made it to state, which is an awesome accomplishment for, like, her family. He wrestled so well. He ended up not placing, but I don't think he wrestled, like, bad. Like no. He lost, but it was he just wrestled so well.
Yeah.
Like we were also very proud of Wells.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think it's also too like not only a testament to Nehemiah, but also like a testament to you and Brian. Like you guys really like help him achieve that goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You like I don't know.
Yeah.
So go you guys.
Yeah, thank you. And then I don't know
his coaches. Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the newspaper and they like asked him like so what did he say? He's like, first I want to thank my coaches, my wrestling partners, and my family. And I was like, you're so fun. Like because
him.
Like, and then I told his brother, and Elias was like, he's telling you thank you because you're one of his, like, partners, you know? And then he's, like, the biggest hype man, Elias, my other kid. So it was just fun to see that happen.
I love the content since I wasn't there. I love the content you got of Elias.
Oh, my God.
Towel Tapper Elias.
Towel Tapper.
Always helping out.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cool, too, like, that he was there to support his brother and had no negativity towards it.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. It was a journey to get there. He was very
100%.
He was jealous of that he didn't get a jacket. Like he was he like brought his wrestling stuff. Like he was ready to go. Yeah. Like but
tore him up.
Yeah, he was just really wanted to be at state and wrestle, but he just fell short, and he's just it's just like a lesson for him.
Yeah,
and like I told you that we told them like they're not always both gonna make it.
Nope.
So it was just his turn to not make it, and so.
But what a great way that he showed up for his brother.
Yeah,
I don't know, like that's proud also parent moment.
I know,
right?
He's the best. I
love that.
Yeah, but to speak of like
the tournament,
sorry
segue.
Again, to try to be neutral about it, the venue was not the best.
No.
Mat wise, everything fit, but spectator wise, there just was not a lot of seating. And as a parent, you would expect someone at a tournament at this like caliber, which it's like state, for you to be able to invite your family or like anybody who wants to make the trip down. Mm-hmm. And that's where it fell short. So like if grandma, grandpa, if any smaller children were there, anything like that, I feel like that's where they were at a disadvantage. There was no room to sit. There was only one bathroom. The line was always long. There was another event being held there. But all of that aside, the tournament ran really well.
That's good.
And if you were able to be like, I have been at a wrestling tournament. It's always been crammed. Like, this is just another tournament, and I'm just going to get through it for the opportunity to see my kid wrestle.
Sure.
If you looked at it that way, then you just made do. Like, it was not comfortable. I was outside a lot. Like, it was whatever. But the fact that they were able to start the tournament and complete it, because a lot of people were like, this is gonna get shut down, like they're not gonna be able to wrestle, because the initial, when you got there, it was like there was a line around the block, like it was just like
overwhelming a little bit.
The fact that they got it from start to finish and there was no major emergencies, and by the second day it like obviously thinned out a little bit, and all that. So I think overall, like the IKWF like managed to get it done.
Yes.
Could there have been better choices? Whatever. Like, yes, I guess. Mm-hmm. But it worked, and then next year we're on to Peoria. So like,
thank you for this year. I feel there's so much. I feel like complaining. Again, I wasn't there, but I see it on social media and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I think you can look at it like how you are, or you could just be negative about it. Yeah. And it was only 1 year. It's done.
Yeah.
And honestly, I would take a tournament ran smooth and on time over like having a perfect seat.
Yeah.
Because like, could you imagine if we were there all night? Like, I don't know. There, that's just a lot.
Yeah. So like I didn't have a seat till the finals. Pretty much. Which again, it was only me and Elias, which my 6-year-old son was like running the table, or like like he was out, so it was just me. Had I brought my 2-year-old or my 4-year-old or my parents, then I would have been much more stressed out, because I'm also trying to like host and accommodate them. You know what I mean?
100%.
But I was me and all the coaches and my husband was a coach, and like so it was just like you just kind of fended for yourself and just made do, and it was fine.
The only thing Nelson said, because I didn't go, and the only thing Nelson said was like, I miss you here, but I'm happy you're not here because you would be so tired from standing. And so I was like, I agree with that statement because I do like the bathroom. Yeah, that would not have been good. But like I don't know. So I'm happy that I stayed home for that sense, but I'm sad that I missed out on Nehemiah winning.
I know it was
and seeing Wells.
Yeah, but I mean, you were missed. But I told Nelson the same thing. I was like, I'm so glad
you said the same thing to me as well.
Not here because like not only are we standing, but like it was cramped and like like. And it was hot. It was just, but
that's not a place for tournament,
all the tournament things, like
That
whatever.
is true. That is true.
But again, you don't expect that for like when you're at the BMO Center and like there's like concession. It was just different.
Yeah.
And I do feel like the kids got shafted a little bit. Like there was no like they had no sponsor to walk them out, so there was no dim lights for like the finals. Nehemiah wanted it to be dark and like a spotlight, But at the end of the day, like he's not going to remember that there was no spotlight. No. He's going to remember that he won. So like, 100%. It's if you have a perspective like that, like it's fine. So yeah. But yeah. So
well, that's the week. Like Folkstyle's done for you guys.
Yeah, Folkstyle is done, and the kids have no practice this week, so they have like a week off.
I think that's good.
Yeah, and then they're, Freestyle Greco.
It's not like they won't be in your basement.
I know. Well, they were wrestling already today. They took the couch cushions off my couch, and we're having a wrestling match, and I was really upset.
You have a whole mat.
I came down, and I was like, we have a freaking like mat room downstairs with mats on the like. Go wrestle in the basement. Get off, like, put my couch cushions back. I was so upset, but like, so they were wrestling already and all that, but and then, so.
That's just crazy. Folkstyle's done. Well, not for us because we're going to the NCAAs, but for Rochelle, it's officially done.
It's officially done. We had our banquet for the club, and that's it.
We start Freestyle Greco next week.
Yeah, and I'm very thrilled, very excited.
Yeah.
We're ready to go.
We'll talk more about that. I think the next episode.
Yeah.
I think we'll have Nelson on.
Yes.
Maybe maybe we can have the husbands on, do like a recap of the NCAAs, and then also kind of do. I mean, we definitely can give our takes on what Freestyle Greco is, or we could hear from Nelson.
Yeah. I feel like we could balance it out with like our thoughts and then like the actual like the valid thoughts. But
and maybe we can ask him to like brush up on if there's any changes.
Oh yeah, rule changes.
Yeah,
anything like that. But we like we said we are going to the NCAAs, and so we did want to talk about a little bit about like the wrestling at the NCAAs. And so we want to talk about. We posted on our profile or on our page the other day about Braeden Davis, who won the Big Ten, and he got interviewed. And we just want to first say that like we weren't saying that we were like criticizing his interview when we commented, but we did have thoughts. Yeah, right. So
he just needs to work a little bit on his speaking.
Yeah. Well, you
could tell. I mean, okay. How do I say this? You could tell that like this is probably his first big interview that he's ever. So maybe he just wasn't like ready to answer questions or anything like that, right? Like, I mean, he was kind of like a little bit of like taken aback, and you could tell too he's a freshman, like he's young.
Yeah, like, you saw his face, and I was like, oh my gosh, like
he's a baby.
He's a baby. Like he just be grown men, right? Like
yes. So that's what I mean. Like once you're like a senior, you've like whatever. They probably like just speak like a little differently, but we weren't criticizing him. We were just like really taken aback by his interview.
And I also want to say that like no offense to any reporters, but when you're asking questions of like something that just happened, I feel like sometimes they're like very vague. Yeah, not like vague, but like open ended, right? Because you want to hear what they're saying. So in his defense, like. Sometimes it
wasn't direct.
Yeah, it was like But we were just laughing because we were talking about how like do you want athletes get like some sort of coaching on like how to speak, right? Yeah. Like I mean that would be my guess.
You would think.
So we were just giving him a hard time, but
should we quick ask Nels?
What?
Should we just yell at him?
I mean I don't know. Go ahead.
Nels. Did Division I athletes get like? Do you think they get like coached on when they have to like talk? Like, do they get like talking points with interviews or no?
Based on some of the interviews I've seen.
Okay. But, okay, wait. Don't do
come into the frame.
Don't do. Wait, I can't even talk. Do like. Do they have like press rooms and press conferences for wrestlers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like in a room where like they like set them up and all that?
Yeah,
they should.
I've seen some wrestlers
I don't know why I look so distraught.
cut promos that look like they were choreographed and produced and premeditated. And I've also seen people within the same program, I won't call out names, but Penn State's 125-pounder, Braeden Davis, looked like nobody ever told him that he was going to be interviewed, which is fine. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was genuine, but... You know, part of me thinks that Penn State trains their guys for interviews, and the other part of me thinks that
maybe they don't.
Maybe it's just each individual athlete.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think it's like a program thing though? Because I feel like basketball players always have very good like interviews.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Nels.
But like also basketball programs that probably have more resources than wrestling. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we should ask Callie this question.
Yeah, that was Nelson's hot take. Maybe we'll ask Callie. And we'll get back to you folks.
But I do agree with him. His Braeden Davis's interview was like genuine. Like it was
100%. He was like, what? You know? Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll post a video again that
a little bit on the 125.
Yes, which he's in. This is his weight class, Braeden Davis.
It could be, like, Nelson says it's a complete toss-up.
Yeah.
And he said, too, if I'm quoting Nelson correctly, so this is a little wrestling news with Nelson. He was just here, but whatever. He said, like, when it comes to NCAAs, like, it doesn't matter what. Like, the brackets don't, like, it could, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what he said, right? Like, and especially at 125, where it's been, like, crazy all year. We talked about that, like, a few episodes ago.
Yeah, like everyone has lost to everyone, or, like, what, not
so
everyone,
it's just going to be, I'm excited, because, like, I'm intrigued.
Yeah, and we know quite a few people from the 125 since we talked about it, and have seen, like, duels, so, like, Braeden Davis and Matt Ramos, Drake Ayala, and then D'Agostino, which was, like, the bearded guy, right? Was that him? From Michigan?
I don't know. I don't know myself.
Nelson.
Nels?
Is D'Agostino the bearded guy?
D'Agostino has the beard.
Yeah. See, I was right. Yes.
Woohoo!
Okay.
It's kind of fun having a fact checker in the background.
Yeah. So we know quite a few of those, and then Illinois, which we'll be with, has three that qualified. And so we're excited to watch them wrestle.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Illinois natives who are wrestling.
Yes.
You know, some for Penn State, some for Michigan, some for like Matt Ramos.
I think I'm so excited about it because it'll just be such high level wrestling that I'm excited to watch it. If that makes any sense. Like it's gonna be like it's the national tournament. So, like, it's just going to be so high level, and we're going to have to practice sailing 3. So I'm a little... Wait, is it this?
I thought it was this.
Is this what are we doing?
Yeah, we're doing
I think we're just doing that. But, like, I'm going to have to be, you know...
Yeah.
Maybe I won't even cheer, like, crazy, because, like, I don't know the people. Like, maybe I'm just only really super invested in the people that, like, I know, actually. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I've never been, like, in the big stands. Like, now I'm nervous.
But, like, I'm excited, and, like, similar, is that, like, I have none of my children are wrestling. I don't have a reason to get, like, nervous. Yes. I don't have to be on the floor. We're not doing media. No. Like, we are literally there to enjoy each other's company, the people we're around's company, and the wrestling. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just excited for that. Like, it's just, I'm going to enjoy myself. No children. I'm just so excited. Like,
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm a little more stressed out because I'm like, I'm going to get my snacks. Like, am I going to be able to have water? Like, I'm more stressed out just because I'm pregnant, but that's just a personal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to, like, for our husbands to get there and, like, hang out with them. I don't know. I'm just excited. Like it starts out as like a girls trip for us, and then they get added in, and I just think that's always fun. Yeah. And I don't know. I'm excited to meet people.
Yes, me too. I'm excited to meet. We have like planned people we're going to meet, and I'm sure we're going to meet people we didn't plan to meet. And
and if you're listening to this and you're there, like I don't know, we want to say hi.
I know there's going to be so much wrestling people, so many wrestling people that like it's just going to be so excited, and I'm also excited sidebar that like the March Madness is going to be going on in the basketball. So like if I'm not watching that, we're going out to eat or something and like there's going to be a game on. Yeah. And of course I'm rooting for Illinois to make it.
Pound those waters.
I mean, same. You got to hydrate. But yeah, and Kansas City is like we were talking about it, like a food town. So like I'm excited to eat, you know.
Yeah. Emily's mom, Nettie, was actually yesterday. Shout out to Nettie. She was saying like that it's like a really big foodie place.
Yeah.
So I love the food.
Yeah,
like,
I'm excited.
I like food. I'm excited.
Yeah.
If anybody has any recommendations that's listening, I don't know if it has gone out to people from Kansas City listen, but like comment. We're gonna be there. We want to know like the good places to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just excited. I've never been there, so and you know they just won the Super Bowl, so probably still is like.
Taylor Swift, is she gonna be there?
Is she gonna be there? I think she's on vacation. She was just spotted by TMZ.
Oh, maybe Kate Middleton will be there.
Oh my gosh, stop. I'm like obsessed with the Where Is Kate. I totally went down the rabbit hole. I'm on the algorithm on TikTok, side note. But like, it's crazy. But yeah, I bet like, the city's just like kind of booming.
Yeah. And then, so one final like actual wrestling thing that we'll touch on, we got on a tangent, is about, so we talked, in that same episode, we talked about the 125 weight class in the NCAA. We talked about the 165, about O'Toole.
Yes.
How I can't remember what exactly we said in that episode, but so he is in the 165 with in the bracket with Messenbrink. Remember we kept messing up Messenbrink's name. Mitch, I know his name now. Messenbrink, and then O'Toole, and then David Carr is also in that. Yes. And I think Danny Pacino's in that. I think so. My kids were filling out brackets this morning, and so I think he's also in that bracket. But that's also like a toss up. Because like O'Toole and Messenbrink are like Wisconsinites, aren't they? Is that what we talked about?
Yeah, Nelson said something about like they were possibly on the same club.
Oh yeah, like he wasn't sure if
he wasn't sure if they were on the same high school team, but for sure like a club. And then excuse my dog. And then for sure, O'Toole said something about like he owes his wrestling career to Messenbrink's dad. So I'm like, there's a layer there. So, oh my gosh,
we're excited to see that match.
Could you imagine like if Nehemiah down the road, like he's like, I don't know, another kid, and he's like, I give thanks to your dad. And they're like wrestling each other. Like, oh my gosh, it's so stressful.
Yeah, it's stressful, and like
maybe I will get stressed.
No, I think you'll be fine. But so that's like another, bracket to watch out, the 165 pound. But I think all the brackets will be good, and there'll be so much good wrestling, really good. And it'll be so exciting.
Yeah,
but
we're excited.
Yeah. So like we said, let us know if you're going to be at the NCAAs. Like message us on Instagram. Keep following us on Instagram and Facebook. And
welcome new followers. We're still getting a bunch of new followers.
Thank you for liking all our reels.
Yes.
We keep trying to like find like relatable ones, and we think about like different reels to post all the time, and hopefully we'll get some new ones going.
The one fun one that we did from state were all the braids from the girls. I don't know if you guys saw that one, but that was a really good one. Check that out. That was really cool. That was like the first thing I noticed of all the girls, like their braids, and I was like, oh, I'm obsessed with all of their braids, because I was like, I think a few podcasts ago, we were talking, like a while ago, we were talking about like, what do they do with their hair?
Yeah.
I swear we did. Because like, I was like, oh my God, that would hurt so bad if they get pulled. Because
they used to have like mandatory to wear like a cover, and then they took, in Illinois, and then they took it away. And so obviously, I don't think anybody liked wearing the cover thing. So then braids are the way to go, you know? So,
and it was really fun to talk to
the girls. Yeah.
It was really cool.
And so, keep liking all our stuff. Follow us, subscribe on Facebook. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and then share our podcast to anybody that you know.
Yeah, please.
And we'll keep talking about wrestling
and more content to come from this weekend.
Yes, watch our stories and all that.
And we'll do a recap clearly of our weekend.
Yes.
For next week, I have off, so we can maybe record during the day.
Oh yes.
I know, crazy, right?
Yeah.
So we're excited.
Yeah. So thank you guys, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yeah, we love you. Bye.